Hey everyone, welcome to Work Reimagine TV Live. We are on set today at the Edmonton Trade Show. So Dan and I are in ATV Place in Edmonton, room 21D, and just down the hall from us, our colleagues are showing everyone how to use the G Suite, so it's super fun. We've got a lot of fun stuff lined up for you today. Dana, you want to get us started on what's coming?
Yeah, of course. So we'll fill you guys in on what's going on next week, because next week is going to be really important for everybody in ATV. So whizzes and guides, make sure all hands are on deck, so that way everybody who's asking for questions, you're available for them. It's going to be an important aspect for the team member experience for it to be smooth.
Yeah, so we'll go live on June 20th. That's when our team members will all have semi-access to the G Suite of tools. And we'll have another episode of Work Reimagine TV Live on June 22nd, and we'll be able to invite all of our colleagues. So spread the word about that too. So it should be fun.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do now is get into a little Q&A. Dana, we have pulled some questions from some of our G Guide and G Whiz, G Evangelist communities, just in terms of what people are talking about. We've got a couple lined up here to talk about and hopefully start to answer a little bit. So you want to take it away with the first one?
Yeah, of course. So the first one came from Enid Watts from G Guide community. So here's your thing. Learning is a big part of Work Reimagined. My question is about best practices from team members to capture how to use certain applications and search and share with other practitioners. Is there something that could be recorded and saved as a live stream for easy access via G+ community? What would be the easiest approach for this, Lana?
Really good question. Lots of answers also. We were floating this question around with some of our colleagues, and we came up with a few different ways that if you have team members who are coming up with great ways to use the G Suite and have lots of good knowledge to share, we'll have some G+ communities that will be open for people to comment on and share and take a lead in knowledge sharing there. This TV show will be able to take a number of topics, and we'd love to hear from you. If you found some innovative ways to use the G Suite to reimagine work, that's what this is all about. Yeah. So that's what we're really into.
Yeah, we definitely want to hear from you guys, because this is from ATVers and it's made for you guys. So really take advantage of us.
Anything else? Did I forget anything on that answer there?
No, I think the only thing to add is that there are certain G+ communities or Google+ communities that have a certain functionality. And one of these communities is called Hey, Did You Know? And it's really just tips and tricks. And this is where we're really calling on leaders to really make sure that their team members are going to these communities and relaying and reading all these tips back to all the team members. So there's going to be a little bit of pull versus push over here. Yeah. So the other question we have is actually from the G Whiz community. Yay. So this is from Brad Holloway. So the question is, does anyone know if it will be a possibility to use our existing machines to scan directly to Drive, either our personal drive or the team drive, depending on the documents? Do you know the answer to this, Lana?
I think the answer is yes.
Well, yes.
I don't know the answer, as it turns out. Dana, you seem to know the answer better. What is the answer?
So right now, our current machines, you can scan all your documents to your Gmail. And from Gmail, there's an option to download all the attachment to your drive, straight to your drive, whether it's personal or to your team drive. So yes, but you'd have to scan it first to your Gmail, and from there, save all documents to the drive. Perfect. So it's a little bit of both.
Great answer. Thanks, Dana. We'll go now to Adam, who's running the tech for us behind the scenes. Yay, Adam. He's going to show us a video all about Chrome. So Chrome is going to be a really big piece of how we transition to the G Suite, and one of the first things that team members will need to get used to using. So we'll go over to Adam, and he'll play us a video from our friends at Google.
Hey guys, welcome to our first App Show episode of 2015.
We hope you all had a wonderful holiday season and are looking forward to a brand new year.
In this episode, we're going to take a look at improving your productivity with Chrome.
But first, the news. For those of us using Google Hangouts, you can now add custom status messages. In Gmail, you can change your status by clicking on the triangle next to your name and typing it here. To see other people's status messages, click on the Contacts button. And to see the last quote of conversations, click on the quote symbol.
There's also a change in how you share Drive files using Gmail. It used to be that you could only share those files using a link. Now you also have the option to share the file as an attachment. This only works for files that weren't created on Drive, so Google Docs can still only be shared as a link. All right, so now we have some tips on how to make your life easier using Chrome.
The first tip is Chrome profiles. So if you already use the Chrome browser and you're logged in with a Gmail account, that's your first profile. It saves your bookmarks, your most visited sites, and if you have 2 Gmail accounts, then Chrome profiles can make your life a little easier.
I'm all surprised about how underutilized Chrome profiles are. If I have my personal account set up, then I don't have to keep logging in and out to get into my corporate account. Not that I ever email anyone personally at work.
We believe that, but here's how you do it. Click the Chrome menu, what I call the hamburger menu, and go to Settings. Go down to People and add Person. Choose a symbol and a name, and I'm going to choose a ninja because that's how I roll. And call this Personal. So now you can see that I have 2 profiles. First user is my work profile, and you'll notice that a symbol has appeared here to let me know which profile I'm in. I can switch profiles by clicking it, and as you can see, I get a different window for each identity. You can also sync profiles separately.
So my team runs a community for customers called Google for Work Connect, and I often help them do testing. But since my normal profile has full administrator access, I usually have to switch to a demo account so I can see and test features from the customer point of view.
And that's the same with me. When I do client demonstrations, I actually use a demo account instead of my corporate account so they can see all the information and even interact with the data.
This isn't to say that Chrome Profiles protects you from other users. To truly protect your data, you should use the built-in user accounts in your operating system.
And that's right, but it also syncs across multiple devices.
This means you can access open tabs or even recently opened and closed tabs on one device from another. So for example, if I have a useful article open on my laptop and I'm on my cell phone, I can open Chrome on my phone, click on the clock icon, and see tabs from other devices. Now I can open up the article on my phone.
I hope you know by now how important your comments and feedback are to us. And this is how we find out what's important to you.
In fact, that's how we found our next tip. Thanks for sharing it with us, Rich.
Now this is one I didn't know, but it saved me a lot of time. I have to compile documents from a lot of different sources like websites or emails. When I use the keyboard shortcut Control-C and Control-V to copy and paste, my document ends up full of text in all sorts of colors, sizes, and fonts. But if you also add Shift, so it's Control-Shift-V when you paste, the text arrives without formatting.
A tip I love and rely on all the time is using the Recently Closed option under Recent Tabs in the hamburger menu. If you've recently closed a browser window with multiple tabs open, under Recently Closed, it'll tell you how many tabs there were. Clicking on that opens a browser window with all the tabs you last had open in it. I often use my browser tabs as sort of a to-do list. So if I need to restart my computer to install an update or my laptop shuts down because I run out of power, it's really helpful for me to be able to restore all of those tabs.
And on that same note, if you've ever closed a tab and you really need it back, just press Control-Shift-T and it appears. And on a Mac, you can press Command-Shift-T.
Now for a bit of tab management. Like I said, I sometimes use tabs as a kind of to-do list, which means they can be open for a while. Also, I tend to always have Gmail open in one and Drive in another, and then lots of docs and spreadsheets and websites that I'm working on. It can get pretty busy. So what I can do is pin the ones that I keep open the whole time. Like Gmail, right-click, select Pin Tab, and it pins to the left-hand side. And then there's Drive. Again, I'll right-click and Pin Tab. And see how much less space they take up? I can still spot where they are from their symbols, and then I can drag the other tabs into a logical order.
There are some useful keyboard shortcuts for moving between tabs. Control page down will let you step forward through your tabs, and Control page up steps you back.
All right, here's one more. Chrome has a built-in calculator in the address bar. Type your formula in using the symbols you would in a spreadsheet, so an asterisk for multiply and slash to divide. You don't even need to hit return. The answer comes up right here. If you don't know the symbols, you can type the word. So 3 times 12 is 36, or square root of 9 is 3. Or maybe work out your sales tax. 20% of 6.99 is 1.398.
Even cooler is that you can convert units right there in the address bar. So pounds to kilos, or 2 gallons into liters. Or we can convert, say, Debbie's height into meters. So what are you, like 5'5", 5'6"?
I am actually 5'1" and proud of it.
I forgot about the box. Well, that's it for us this time. Next week, we're actually talking about how to manage your time through Google Keep and Google Calendar. So we'll see you next week.
And don't forget to subscribe.
I just forget. I forget.
I think I need to ask for a bigger box.
That would be helpful.
Hey everyone, welcome back. Hopefully you enjoyed that show from our friends at Google. We have a special guest here with us now. This is Ashley Stemler. She's an ATB 101 student with the G team. She's based out of Calgary, lives in Calgary, going to the U of C, taking business. So thanks for joining us. This is great.
No problem.
So we're going to ask you a couple questions. So first I want to ask, what has your experience been like working with the G team so far, doing an ATB 101 internship?
Well, that's a great question. I gotta say, it's pretty crazy. Every day there's something new, and I'm never doing the same thing I did yesterday. So I've definitely had to learn to be a bit agile. I find my job's a little unique. I was actually on the road this week for the G Wheels, and I was doing road shows. So I was going to different branches all across Alberta. It was very cool. I made some really great connections across Alberta, and now I'm at Edmonton at the trade show. So it's fantastic.
Outstanding. So cool. Such a cool job.
Yeah, it really is.
And so second question for you here is, what's it like working with an organization that is undergoing this much transformation? Like, what I know for a lot of us are having some different unique and cool experiences with ATB and all the change we're going through. What's it been like for you coming into a role in the middle of all this going on?
It's definitely been chaotic. Definitely been learning a lot. It's just very cool working for an organization now that it's that push versus pull. Now it's not executives talking down to the organization. People in the organization can now go get the information themselves. And it's very cool to be a part of an organization that starts that initiative. And I also think we're trying to be the leading company in technology. So it's very cool to be a part of that. Yeah, it's just, you hit the ground running every single day, and it's something different, and you just learn to be agile.
Amazing. Thank you, Ashley. That's great. So we're going to do a fun thing. We've got a few people in the chat on YouTube Live here. And our friend Adam is going to maybe pull a question or two for the two of us to hopefully answer.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll get it right.
Be kind to us.
Yeah. So we'll just take a couple questions from the audience. Looks like we have one from Lindsay. And she's wondering if there's another way to schedule or know when live streams are happening. Really good question, Lindsay. Yeah. Do you want to try to take it away?
Okay. I feel like you should do that one, yeah.
Okay, reasonable. So in the future, we will be having these WRTV live meetings on set calendar days. So we'll start to get into a routine, and people will know when to join these live streams. We'll be doing WRTV live every Thursday at 1:30 p.m. So around at this exact time. But the using YouTube Live as well is interesting because we need to generate the live link pretty shortly before the broadcast starts. So we're thinking about different ways to do that. We would love anyone's thoughts if you have ideas about how it's easier for you to know when things are being broadcasted. But typically what we'll do is schedule something and then send out the live link to join shortly before that time. So that's what we're looking at so far, but always open to ideas, of course. So hopefully that helps answer your question. And we'll take one more question. What's the most common concern, Adam? Sorry, can you say that one more time? Oh, what's the most common concern coming up at the road shows? Really good question. This one is definitely for Ashley.
Yeah.
Take it away.
One of our biggest concerns is probably, how is this going to help our customers? I've had that one numerous times. And also another one is, what will my screen look like come July 10th? Like, what do I do that first day? So the first question, how it works for customers, it really is specific to your role, whether you're a CSR or if you're a PB. And that was our main question. So it just depends on that role. And there's a lot of things with G Suite that helps you limit those business processes. So now, instead of changing some client's address, instead of taking a week, it takes 2 days. And the second question, what your screen's going to look like, is just go into Chrome and then click on your waffle. So it's great.
Amazing. Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll get into lots of fun stuff like that. But this has been fantastic. Ashley, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
And I think that takes us out. We will be broadcasting again next Thursday at 1:30, like we said. And hopefully this time we'll be able to include a bigger audience because more people will have access to their YouTube accounts. So we'll see you then. Thanks a lot for joining. And thanks, Adam, for all your work behind the scenes. Bye.